Good evening, folks, and a very, very warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining us here on the Geelong Region Soccer Show podcast. My name is Tonchi Prusak, and I'm your host for tonight. And boy, hasn't it been a long ride. 8 seasons and 200 episodes later, here we are. Yep, that's right, folks. Tonight is our 200th episode. And as I said, what a journey it's been. Over 8 years, 200 episodes. When you look back at everything that has happened in that time, a lot has changed. And then again, a lot hasn't. A lot has stayed the same. Nonetheless, tonight's 200th episode of the Geelong Region Soccer Show podcast, well, we're going to celebrate by having a usual full roundup of news. Western United, no longer. And it has had a rather direct effect on sections of the local football community here in Geelong. We're going to take a little look back later on in the show. We'll take a little look at the effect that has, and also maybe what we're losing, but also maybe what we as a community, what we as a region might be gaining as far as an opportunity there that has presented itself. Also on tonight's show, a man who's very, very well known around the Geelong football community, Stuart Mallon. He's also a big individual sponsor and supporter of the Geelong Region Soccer Show podcast, and has been for the better part of the last couple of years. He's a Patreon member, so you can subscribe to our Patreon membership for $5 a month. That's as little as much. You could have afforded $5 a month, the cost of a cup of coffee, to support this show. Well, Stuart does a little bit more than just $5 a month. He's been a $20 a month subscriber for, like I said, better part of the last 2 years. He's also the head coach of the Geelong Rangers senior women's team, and he'll be talking about that a little bit later on in the show. But he's also got a major announcement with regards to, let's just say it's got to do with something connected with last week's show. Hopefully that sounds a little bit enigmatic. Also tonight we'll be talking to the captain of the Bell Park Soccer Club senior men's team, Gabrielle Mage. Bell Park have got, well, would you call it the match of the season, maybe the match of the decade? It's certainly one of their most important games in recent history. They've been aiming and trying and doing everything they can to get out of the Men's State League 4 for the better part of the last 15 years. On Saturday afternoon at the Bell Park Sports Club, they come up against Point Cook, and a draw or a win will basically stitch up promotion to State League 3 next year. So we're going to be talking to Gab about that. Charming young lad, and he's been at the club now for 5 years, and he'll tell us all about that a little bit later on in the show. Now, folks, this year has been a bit of a turbulent year. We've tried to get sponsors. We haven't been able to get a major sponsor. We had a GoFundMe page. Thanks to everyone who donated in the GoFundMe page. $860 was raised by courtesy of that, as well as some great sponsors over the last month or so. We've been able to see out the season, not up to 25 episodes, but we've actually got 26 episodes. And tonight is our 24th episode. So after tonight, we've got 2 more episodes, effectively taking us right through to the end of August. But big thank you to all of our sponsors, all of our business advertising sponsors, to the clubs that have backed our show this year. Bell Park, they sponsored 2 episodes. We had North Geelong Warriors Football Club, Geelong Galaxy United, Surf Coast as well, and Golden Plains also gave a small donation. So thank you very, very much to all of those. We've got a very small tribute now to all of our sponsors, our business advertising sponsors this year. After that, we're going to launch straight into the news desk.
The world is yours. So work hard, and you can have whatever it is you want.
Boss Sports Line Marking is the Geelong region's premier sports line marking service. Servicing fantastic service, food and coffee, well-stocked produce and groceries at very reasonable prices. 5 stars for the coffee served, beautifully made latte, everything you need in this wonderful little shop.
EcoDuct is a Geelong-based business which manufactures an environmentally friendly low-profile duct system that is specifically designed for high-rise apartment applications where limited ceiling spaces are common. The innovative
Where in Geelong can you get great food from such a wide-ranging menu? At the Elephant and Castle, of course. Situated on 158 McKillop Street in East Geelong, the Elephant and Castle has everything that you will want and need when you decide to have a night out on the town. The Elephant and Castle. Welcome to Furphy. You've known us previously as Geelong Galvanising. For over 30 years, our team has specialised in delivering high-quality surface finishes for steel installations and products in the construction, landscaping and engineering industries. That affordable plus quality equals Geelong Access Hire. At Geelong Access Hire, we have an extensive range of machines available. Our experienced team...
Hi, I'm Joe Gergich.
And I'm Helena Fantella.
And welcome to our family here at Harcourts.
What do we do at J Hill Books? For some clients, we process their payroll, accounts, and invoicing every week. For other clients, we check their data entry and reconcile their accounting software to their bank statement before lodging their quarterly BAS. We set up...
When you or a loved one need professional nursing care at home, experience and compassion matter. Private Nursing Care provides personalised, one-on-one nursing services throughout the Geelong and Surf Coast region. Delivered by
United League Security is your sports security specialists, keeping your employees, guests and assets safe at all times. At United League Security, we can assist with all security needs, but we specialise in event and sports security. And we start tonight's news desk with highlights from the Geelong Galaxy game. The Galaxy took on Bayside Argonauts at the Bannockburn Recreation Precinct. And a big thank you to Dorothy who provided us with this footage, and he does every week. Always sends us a highlights package of all the Galaxy games. And Sugimori, the Japanese import, scored 2 wonderful goals, one in the 53rd minute, an equaliser, and then in the 93rd minute, the winner. Fantastic result there for Galaxy United. and it keeps them in punching distance, if you like, of the top two there in as far as the Victorian Premier League Women's is concerned. And let's have a look at the results there. 2-1 win. And after 20 rounds, Galaxy find themselves in 5th position with 39 points. Now, Bundoora United, who are second at the moment, have got 40 points. Brunswick Juventus third, also with 40 points, but they've got a game in hand against Banyule City, in fact. Now, this is the key. There is talk that Bundoora, if they finish in second spot, will not accept an invitation to go up to NPLW next season. Eltham Redbacks looking very comfortable. They're on top with 44 points. So it's basically a battle for second position. Now, should Galaxy over the next 2 rounds record good wins, and I think in the very last game they play Brunswick Juventus at home. That is going to be an absolute fantastic clash. This weekend, Galaxy are up against Banyule City at Banyule Flats Reserve this Sunday. Banyule City currently in 11th position. Now, should they cause a bit of an upset and take some points off Brunswick Juventus, that would do Galaxy a massive, massive favour. So a lot to play for in Victorian Premier League Women's at the moment. And if they don't get there, they don't get promoted to NPLW next season, it will be certainly just by the skin of their teeth. So good luck to the Galaxy girls. Hopefully they can, over the next 2 weeks, come home with maximum points. North Geelong continued their late season of woe, if you like. It was their 6th loss on the trot. They are safe from relegation, so really with only one more game to go, they've got to bye this weekend. They were supposed to play Western United, but obviously with Western United withdrawing or being pulled from the competition, that has resulted in a bye this weekend. Brunswick City defeated Warriors 4-0, and the Warriors remain in 9th position on 28 points. And as I said, with one game to go, and that's against Lane Warren in 2 weeks' time at Lawton Reserve. At the moment, things are kind of very, very. Oh well, it's almost a dead rubber. So I dare say that Stuart Begg will probably give a lot of the youngsters a bit of an opportunity in that final game. State League 1, there's lots of action happening here. Geelong drew with Westgate 1-1. Ayrton Redmore scoring for Geelong. They still maintain their position in top spot. In State League 2, Surf Coast absolutely destroyed Altona North. 4-0. Arthur Leray, John Pikett, Milo Mullins-Ganji, and Orlando Coloca all scoring singles apiece. A very important 1-0 win over Albion Rovers for Geelong Rangers. Anthony Piratina scoring the only goal of the game. And Corio drew with Brimbank Stallions 1 goal apiece, courtesy of a Christian Davis goal. Rangers still technically could avoid relegation, and if Brenton Ray is on the watching this the stream tonight, Brenton, let us know, is it the bottom that automatically gets relegated, the bottom 2 that automatically get relegated, or is it just the bottom team that gets relegated in State 2? Corio versus Brimbank, as we said, it was a 1-1 draw. Corio already relegated through down to State 3. Now, Bell Park, they defeated Barnstoneworth United 2-0, and this is very, very interesting because at the moment, with 3 games to go, Bell Park are in pole position to get promoted. Now, it's the top 3 here that get promoted. So, look, technically, Keon Park still could overtake Bell Park with 3 wins and, improving their goal difference. And Bell Park would basically have to have 3 losses. So technically, Bell Park still could quite easily not get promoted, but they will need a draw this weekend when they come up against Point Cook. Big game, that earlier kickoff time of 3 p.m. And we will be speaking to the captain of Bell Park, Gabrielle Mage, a little bit later on in the show. We'll get all the insight as to the what awaits the All Whites this Saturday afternoon. Now, Mage scored a goal himself, and as did Argentine import Nicolas Musso. So it was a 2-0 win to Bell Park, and great result there. Nicolas Musso, he scored 12 goals now, and he's fifth on the league's Golden Boot. Gianmarco Algerino, who didn't score this week, he scored 5 goals. Moving along to State League 5, Lara United, who are doomed to be relegated to State League 6. They lost to Melbourne City 4-0. The Deacon Ducks drew with top team Moonee Valley 3-3. Sam Wyeth scoring, Max Nogler and Alexander Morefoot. Sam Wyeth, he scored 15 goals and is currently second on the State 5 goal scoring tally. The leader has got something like 22, 23 goals. Jeremiah Jacoby, Wyeth's teammate, he's currently in 6th position with 10 goals. He didn't score this week. State League 6 action saw Hume Bulls defeat Ocean Grove 2-0, and Barwon defeated Docklands Athletic in a massive 5-3 scoreline, a huge goal fest there. Finn Murphy scoring 3 goals. Now, he's undisputedly the top ranked goal scorer in State 6. He's scored a staggering amount of 25 goals this year. David Favetta from Ocean Grove, he's in second spot with 13 goals. And Patrick Scusa, Favetta's teammate, has scored 9 goals and finds himself in 10th position on the league Golden Boot. Okay, let's turn our attention to the fixtures awaiting us this week. In round 20 action, Clifton Hill hosts Geelong, 7th versus 1st. Disregard the ladder positions at this time of the year. Anything can happen, and sometimes it does. But anyway, Quarries Park in Clifton Hill is the venue for Saturday's round 20 clash between these two teams. In State League 2 action, Coria travels to 7th placed Altona North at Dwayne Reserve. That game kicking off at 3 p.m. Rangers are up against 9th placed Brimbank Stallions at Club Italia Complex in Brimbank at 3 p.m. Now, the Rangers with a win will actually jump over Brimbank Stallions and probably... I guess they won't guarantee safety from relegation, but they'll certainly come a long way to securing that. Surf Coast travels to 3rd placed Western Eagles, and that game at the Polish Sports Club kicking off at 6:30 p.m. Now, as we mentioned, Bell Park, who are second at the moment, they take on 10th place Point Cook. Now, that game is at 3 p.m., not the customary 6 p.m., and that's simply because there is a reverse raffle happening after the game. So certainly for Bell Park's sake, we hope that Bell Park can win and secure promotion, and then there'll be an almighty celebration afterwards in the club rooms up there at the Bell Park Sports Club. Over the page in State League 5 action, Lara United travels to 10th place Newport Storm. That game at AW Bond Reserve kicking off at 3 p.m. Meadow Park, who are in 9th position, they take on Deacon Ducks. The Ducks are currently in 4th, and if they're going to be fighting for that 3rd place, that could potentially take them to promotion to State 4 next season. That game at Gladstone Park kicking off at 3 p.m. Gladstone Park Reserve, rather. Ocean Grove taking on 6th place Docklands Athletic at home, kicking off at 3 p.m. And then Barwon Soccer Club takes on 2nd place Maidstone United. Grovedale Reserve is the venue for that game. That game kicking off at 5:15 p.m. So we're really, really getting close towards the end of the season. Only 3 more rounds to go in the Men's State League competition. In Women's State League 1, North Geelong came away from Collingwood City with a big win, a very important win, securing safety in Division 1. The Zoe Stosic, Maeve McKenna and Zoe Barry all scoring for the Warriors. This weekend, the women's team takes pride of place at Alco Park with the men not in action. And the game kicking off against Craigieburn City, 4th place Craigieburn City. At the moment, it's at 2:45 p.m, but there is talk of the game being moved a little bit further back to be the main game. So it's possible that game could kick off at 5 p.m. after North Geelong has a reverse raffle also earlier in the day. Let's turn our attention now to the local competition, the Geelong Region Men's Division 1 competition. It was around 11 times, so there's 3 more rounds left in the local competition before the finals, unlike the state leagues which do not have finals. Let's go through the results for the Men's Division 1, round 11. Barn defeated Armstrong United 3-1. Rangers drew with Golden Plains 0-0. A good result there for Geelong Rangers. Bell Park defeated Deakin Ducks 4-1 to maintain top spot on the competition standings. And Surf Coast drew with FC Leopold. A little bit of an unusual score there, 2-2 for the Coasters and the Greens. Now, round 12 sees 2 Friday night fixtures. Golden Plains hosting Barwon in a 3rd versus 4th battle at Bannockburn Recreation Reserve. 7 p.m. kickoff there. And Deakin Ducks taking on FC Leopold in the Battle of the Cellar Dwellers at 7:30 p.m. at Deakin Uni in Warm Ponds. On Sunday, Surf Coast hosts Geelong Rangers at 2 p.m. at Banyule Warrior Reserve, and Armstrong United host the league leaders Bell Park at 3 p.m. at Armstrong United. In the women's competition, there was some big results, and it was all the home teams that came away with all 3 points. Surf Coast defeated Barwon 8-0. Bell Park defeated Geelong Rangers 3-0. Lara United overcame Armstrong United 5-0, and Deakin Ducks overcame Ocean Grove by the same scoreline, 5-0. Now, there's a Wednesday night catch-up game. Ocean Grove taking on Lara United. This is going to be played at Lara Recreation Reserve. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. So if you're not doing anything, pop down to Lara Recreation Reserve and give the lasses from Ocean Grove and Lara United a little bit of your support. On Saturday, round 12, we'll see Armstrong United host top team Surf Coast. That game kicking off at 11 a.m. Barwon taking on Deakin Ducks, 2nd versus 3rd at Grovedale Reserve at 1 p.m. So massive day of football there at Grovedale Reserve. Rangers at home to 5th placed Lara United at 2 p.m. up at Myers Reserve. And speaking of Geelong Rangers, we'll be speaking to the coach of the Geelong Rangers women's team, Stuart Mallon, a little bit later on in the show. Ocean Grove are at home to Bell Park in the final game. Now, last week we had the Masters Summer League. Big thank you to everyone at the Masters for sponsoring last week's episode. We heard from Simon Blanche, one of the key members of the organising committee, and we also spoke to Robin Law, who is the coordinator of the proposed new over 45s competition. Well, they are looking for referees, and for some of you teenagers out there, males or females, this is a great opportunity to earn some money, get fit as well in the off-season, but also put something back into the football community. So the Masters Summer League needs you to become a referee. Football Victoria referee training online, in person, course costs covered by Masters Summer League, open to players, family and friends aged 14 plus. Commit to refereeing 6 to 7 games this season. Express your interest now. Contact us at mastersgeelong@gmail.com. So the Masters Summer League is looking for new referees, and if you're looking for your first job, well, this could be the perfect one for it. And it would be an absolute fantastic way to ease your way into officiating refereeing. So a lot of you NPL players, this would be absolutely fantastic for you to understand a little bit more about the rules of the game, as well as see it from the perspective of the referees as well, not just from the players' perspective as well. What else have we got? Well, that's pretty much it as far as the news desk is concerned. We're going to take a little short break, and when we return, it will be time for our very, very first guest, Stuart Mallon, who is the head coach of the Geelong Rangers women's team, and he's also got a rather big announcement to make with regards to something that happened in last week's show. And stay tuned for that. Don't go away, folks.
So work hard, and you can have whatever it is you want.
And welcome back to the Geelong Region Soccer Show podcast. Now, in last week's episode, if you'll recall, Simon Blanche and Robin Law from the Masters Summer League put out a challenge to me personally to get a team together from the Geelong Region soccer community, I suppose, for the upcoming Over 45s Masters League. And I thought to myself, oh, I would like to. I've got those itchy feet. I really would love to get involved, but it's been a long time between drinks. It's been a long time where I've actually played a game of football, and the last time I played was a Masters 7-a-side up at the Leisure Time Centre, and I got injured, rolled my ankle on that perfect grass, and haven't sort of thought about playing ever since. But then along came a gentleman who's been a big supporter of the Geelong Region Soccer Show podcast over the last couple of years. He's a Patreon member, subscriber, has been for pretty much the greater part of those last 2 years, and has always been a big supporter of the show. And he was one of the first to, the first to reach out and say he's really excited, he's really interested. Well, he doesn't know about this, folks, but we're going to appoint him as our captain because he's our inaugural signing. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you our new captain of Barcelona, Stuart Mallon. How are you, Stuart?
Thanks very much.
How, mate?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for first of all for all your support over the last few years of the podcast. It's a tough gig here in Geelong. Let me tell you this. And when you sort of think our community, our football community, is quite a fractured community, and very disjointed. It's media like this that tries to keep everything together. So, mate, on a personal level, thank you for much.
All good.
But, mate, you've been involved with the Geelong football community on and off and in various capacities in over the last decade or so, maybe even longer. But let's talk about that because, well, first of all, you know, you're from England. You're a Luton Town supporter.
Certainly am.
Yeah, one of the few in Geelong, I believe.
There's a few of us.
Is there? Okay. Mainly through your son, Harry Young. Harry, who's now playing NPL juniors with North Geelong at under 15 level. You've been coaching him kind of on and off throughout his junior days.
Since the mini Roos at North Geelong. We started there, and then we went to Geelong Rangers, and we went back to North Geelong where he's at NPL 15s now.
Now I'm the same sort of, my son, we're very similar age. You know, once you get to NPL level, you kind of drop back off and you kind of back off and let the other coaches coach the kids. And I know that's what happened with me. That's what's happened with you. But that hasn't stopped you from coaching because you've gone back up to Geelong Rangers and you're involved with the senior women's team.
Yes, I'm the senior women's coach there. And also I'm at Grammar coaching as well.
Oh, goodness me.
7 boys.
Yes, yeah.
So we got some, I'm there with Pete Bradley and Vaughan Coveney. It's really good there.
Let's talk about the women's. We've tried to give the women's Division 1 competition this year a bit of coverage, and it's a revamped competition. 8 teams, which is great for the first time, and I guess you look at it further afield. 3 divisions of women's in the local women's league, so that's fantastic. But I guess the Division 1 women's competition, it's quite a competitive league, but there is a big difference, isn't there, between some of the top tier teams and the rest of the field?
Yes, in Division 1, it's very strong. We've got like Surf Coast, they're a very strong team. Barwon and Deakin Ducks are strong. We've got a very young team. Our oldest one is 18, so
it's almost like coaching juniors, but in a senior competition, isn't it?
Yeah. But it is very strong. We've challenged ourselves to do that Division 1.
Yeah.
Some people have said probably got in Division 2, but look, we took the challenge and
and they're doing well. I mean, what, the 60s?
Well, I think we're 6 now. Yeah. So we've had a few wins, had a few big losses, but we'll learn from those losses and we'll get better. Yeah,
absolutely. What's your thoughts on the whole grading process? Or now that we've had the grading, should next year just be, you know, 1 up, 1 down, or whatever the case may be? Should they have grading at the start of the year?
Yeah, I think a grading process would be the best alternative for this League 1 and League 2, because it is, those stronger teams are much dominant than all the rest. So there should be I would believe they should be.
Yeah. What about Division 2? Do you know many of the teams? Are they good enough to step up to say Division 1?
I haven't really seen them
Yeah.
as such, but look, I'm not sure. Geelong Cryo may be okay.
Yeah.
But I'd have to have a look at them.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so let's talk about, well, now the focus is on you. It's been focused on coaching a women's team, coaching your son's junior teams, but now it's all about being involved for yourself. And mate, thanks for reaching out. You kind of twisted my arm because I was umming and ahhing whether or not I should take up Simon's challenge and Robin's challenge, but I've got no choice now. There's no backing out now because you reached out to me during the week and said you're very excited, and well, I'm a sucker for punishment, so I guess I'm in it as well. But
That's right.
what enticed you to reach out and to sort of express your interest in the over 45s comp?
I did a pre-season of over 35s a few years ago, and they had some state league players in there, so that was a bit difficult.
Yeah.
So when Simon and the crew came up with over 45s, I was really interested, excited about it, because it gives guys like myself a chance to get out there and still have a kick.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a bit there's a bit of trepidation there, a bit of a kind of anxiety building, because it's been a few years that I've actually played, and I think to myself, going to a gym or something like that, and I can run on a treadmill in a straight line, no problem. But the twisting and turning, the colliding, and all of this kind of stuff got me a bit worried. But what about yourself? Are you pretty excited, or is there a little bit of
I'm excited. I still
concern?
keep fit with the senior women, so I still run about with them. I still run about with Harry, so hopefully I can still run about with these guys over 45.
Well, you're looking pretty fit yourself. So, I mean, the concept is pretty much 7-a-side, modified rules. I don't think it's going to be offside or anything like that, but they're going to definitely play on turf, which is a big prerequisite for me, because I did my career playing a 7-a-side at leisure time on that perfectly, manicured artificial grass, but not a fan of that. I don't know about you.
No,
I'm not a fan.
not really.
But turf, different story. So that's what they're saying. Saturday mornings. Look, spring is in the air. I'm starting to really get excited just talking to you about it.
That's good.
So what we now need is a team.
We do.
So what we're putting out there is a little bit of a call to arms, if you like, and particularly for blokes the north side of the Barwon, because there's a lot of interest on the Bellarine Peninsula, I'm hearing. There's a lot of interest on the Surf Coast, I'm hearing. I'm also hearing a lot of interest down around the Armstrong Creek, Barwon, Deakin, Warm Ponds area. But up north, there's a lot. It's a hotbed of football, we always say, and we're Lara-based.
Yes.
And we know of a couple of blokes around this area that could quite easily jump in. But you know what? We want a diverse group. We want people that maybe not necessarily know each other, but are going to make new friends.
That's right.
We're going to, we might even make a couple of enemies at training, a couple of, low blows and squirrel grips and all of that kind of stuff, dirty tactics. I won't put that,
That's right.
I won't say that won't happen, but
tactics.
Yeah. But no, all jokes aside, we're after just guys that enjoy having a bit of a kick on a Saturday morning. Mental health's a big thing as well.
It is, yes.
Shedding a couple of kilos, or maybe more than a couple of kilos in time for summer. But
yeah,
we really want to make a call out to any blokes that are interested, or wives or girlfriends. Get your blokes interested, because sometimes you guys are the ones that are the decision makers in the households. Reach out to either Stuart, Stuart, reach out to myself, or via the Geelong Region Soccer News Facebook page, or our Instagram page, or our LinkedIn page, or our YouTube channel. Get in touch with us. Also via email, communitysportsmedia@gmail.com. And hey, wouldn't mind a couple of sponsors as well for our kits
right.
and all of that kind of stuff.
That's
but
correct.
Yeah, look, I think it's such a great concept, and I think it's well overdue that
It is, yeah.
Now, apparently, I'm not sure if it's going to be mixed as well, so we might be able to, if there's any over 45s women that are pretty strong and, fit, and maybe, medical qualifications as well wouldn't go astray. That would be good. But, look,
right.
what's the plans, mate? What's the plans? Once we get a group together, we'll Will we have a couple of training sessions?
We'll have a couple of training sessions, probably one a week. I think that'll be the go, and then
ideally somewhere where there's a hotel or a pub or a cafe.
Right.
Maybe these days we kind of prefer a cafe.
Get a few guys to do the first aid course and know how to do a defib, and we'll be right.
I think so. Please don't mention things like that. But anyway, absolutely. Folks, you heard it. We're going to form a Geelong Region Soccer Show based club or team or whatever you want to call it under the working name of Barcelona, because names have been allocated to all these different teams. We managed to pluck out Barcelona. We might not look like Yamal. We might not look like Messi. We might not look like Rakitic. I tell you what, we're going to look. We might not play like them, but we're going to look like them. That's what I'm trying to say. So, folks, over to you. We've got 2 more episodes of the show this year, but we might even make a couple of announcements next week and the following week. Some big name signings as they come to hand.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, Stuart, thanks very much for all your support once again, and for your bravery to step forward and get me involved.
Anytime.
Good on you.
Anytime.
Folks, we're going to take a very, very short break. When we return, we're going to continue with tonight's episode of the Geelong Region Soccer Show podcast.
When you or a loved one need professional nursing care at home, experience and compassion matter. Private Nursing Care provides personalised, one-on-one nursing services throughout the Geelong and Surf Coast region. Delivered by registered nurse Christina Skorjanic. Services include diabetes management, wound care, medication management, home care package assessments, continence and catheter care, compression stocking application, nursing reviews and personal care, tailored to meet your individual needs. Whether you're recovering from illness, living with a chronic condition, or simply require ongoing nursing support, Private Nursing Care is committed to helping you remain safe, comfortable and independent in your own home. To learn more or arrange a consultation, contact Christina at Private Nursing Care. Private Nursing Care, professional nursing, personalised for you.
What a beautiful spring day. Well, it's not spring, it's still winter, but we're here at the Bell Park Sports Club and, well, signs of spring are everywhere, and what that usually means, the season is coming to a close. But before the season comes to a close, there's still a few more weeks away, and for Bell Park Soccer Club, this Saturday night is arguably the match of the season, if not the match of the decade. The All Whites have been trying to get out of State 4 for as long as I can remember. And this Saturday night, they are on the cusp of creating history by earning promotion from State League 4 to State 3 when the big game against Point Cook takes place here this Saturday. To find out what Bell Park's chances are and how the season has progressed so far, we caught up with the captain, Gab Mage. Well, Gab, the captain of the Bell Park senior men's team, welcome to the Geelong Region Soccer Show. How are you?
Not too bad. Thanks for having me.
Absolute pleasure, mate. Yeah, spring. It's almost season's almost over.
Almost done.
But until then, there's 3 weeks and 3 crucial games. And I guess the biggest game is this Saturday afternoon against Point Cook. Yeah. Make or break. Well, I mean, if you don't win this week, you've still got the week after.
Leverage,
but you want to do it here in front of the home fans. And what's it like playing here on a Saturday night? You know, big crowds, good crowds, vocal crowds.
Very vocal crowds. Last couple of years especially, the crowd's been gotten bigger.
Yeah.
3 years prior to that, weren't saying we weren't doing too well, but the last couple of years, definitely the crowd's picked up a bit and got behind us.
Now, mate, you've been telling me you've been here for 5 years now, haven't you?
5 years,
Already 5 years. And prior to that, you played your junior football at North Geelong Warriors.
Yeah.
Worked your way up through the NPL juniors.
Yeah.
And now 5 years here, just before too long, you'll be having long service leave.
I've loved it here, though.
Tell us a bit about your journey from your younger days as a junior right up until senior football.
Well, yeah, as you said, spent 12, 13 years at North.
Yep.
Then a couple of years at Knights as well. Then come back to North, then got a message from, at the time, the coach, Tony Hayes. And he said, come around for a kick about. And ever since then, I've having it back. I've loved every bit of it.
Good old Tony. He gave you the first break. How old were you when you came?
20.
So 20 at senior football.
Yeah.
Geez, incredible. You're like a veteran, even though you're such a young fella. And last few years has been a struggle, haven't it? Sometimes so close yet so far. But this year things have just really clicked. And Alan Musker we had on the show earlier this year. His first full season at Bell Park. He must have been. Describe him as a coach in a couple of words.
Oh, professionalism and experience. Like he's been nothing short of amazing. He's been a part of the change, I reckon, as well, to progress us on the to go up higher, and then it's proven the last couple of years that he's done well with that.
Yeah. Now, I guess one of the big things as well in the last couple of years has been some of the Italian imports, the Argentine imports as well, and this year has been absolutely no exception. Nicolas Musso from the Argentine. Is he Italian?
Argentinian, yeah.
And Gianmarco Algerino. The Italian import. How important have those two been?
Oh, they've been massive. Added, especially Jamie, he come early the year. Since pre-season, he's added so much flair and attacking presence for us. It's been unbelievable. And we got Tana, I reckon, about 4 weeks into the season, maybe. And then, he's started goal scoring to our scoreboards and everything like that. Had a massive impact on us. So both of them have been amazing.
Yeah, I mean, they're right up there in the Golden Boot.
I think he's sitting currently second, Tana.
I think something like that. Yeah. So they're definitely up there as far as that's concerned. But
Yeah.
how important is it knowing you've got really good target men up front? Because in the past, players like Mio Marinovic was a classic example, coming back to and helping the club to stave off relegation a few years back. But now it's a different story. The club's now at the other end of the table, battling promotion. How things have changed so quickly.
I think it's just the way I play our football. Like, we rely on a big target man up top. So someone who's strong enough to hold the ball up and get others involved around him. So it helps a lot having a big man like Tana up top.
Yeah. Now, you've had a lot of fellow former North Geelong players that have come over here that have gone through the NPL system. I guess we'll name a few: Nicholas Bardic, Marcus Trupkovic, Oliver Di Giandomenico. And there's probably a few others as well. But how good has it been, or how important to your own development has it been going through that elite pathway program, and then eventually stepping up with senior football and taking that now to another level?
Well, I've played with most of those guys pretty much all my life as well, so we have a lot of experience together. So having that little bond previously and coming here shows on the park that we've got that click, we get each other well. So it's been good. It's been good.
And what does this place? Why is this place such a destination club almost? Why has it become such an attractive place for players to come to? Is it just the atmosphere? I mean, the facilities are phenomenal, aren't they?
The facilities are good, but you walk through the club rooms, you can see there's a lot of history here already previously to that. And so with the board and all the meetings I've had with the team, they tried to get us back up to that point. And I think everyone's noticed the build that we're on, and they want to be a part of it. It's been a good adventure. Yeah, I know. Look, we've had, I'm not going to lie, Bell Park Sports Club has been a major supporter of our show over the last few years, and Rose Piratina, the president, Alan's been phenomenal, the coach, every time we needed someone or subject for an interview. So it's a welcoming club, and I think that's a big thing about it as well. And I know a couple of times that I've been here on a Saturday night, it's a great time slot. There's people from all different clubs that come here, and they love to come here. And there is the grandstand over there undercover. But I guess that's all part and parcel of that camaraderie, that community spirit. Yeah, everyone loves to come down here. It's close as well to all the locals as well. So it's Saturday night games as well. So a lot of people come down to have time to after their previous games and stuff. So it's been pretty good.
Now this weekend is the game at 6 p.m. on a Saturday night, or is that 3 p.m?
I think we're trying to 3 p.m. because we've got the reverse raffle on afterwards. The club function.
Right. So tell us a bit more about that. This could be a massive party on the weekend.
Yeah. So if we get the good win on the weekend, we have in the club rooms a reverse raffle. I think there's like 150 tickets, something $100 buy-in. And you get free drinks for 2 hours, food supplied, and just a really good night in general. Yeah.
Well, there you go. If you haven't got your tickets yet for the reverse raffle here at Bell Park Sports Club, it could potentially be a massive celebration here. We certainly hope so. And look, the scoreboard there at the moment, Bell Park visitors. Of course, there's nothing there, but we'd certainly like the top one to be higher than the bottom one.
Isn't that right? On the bottom,
yeah. Mate, what are you expecting from Point Cook this week?
Previous years have always been a bogey team for us, so we can't go in complacent. But it'll be a good game nonetheless, and hopefully get the 3 points to increase our chances.
Any particular players in particular that kind of you've earmarked that you're gonna have to keep an eye on?
we just worry about our game, really. Like, we spend some games, we worry about the other team stuff, but when we do that, we get distracted. So the second half of the year, we'll just focus on our game plan and just don't worry about anyone else.
Yeah. What about yourself? Like, what's your favourite position?
Well, juniors, I was right back, right wing, and then I've started to play midfield this year. So I'll just play anywhere he needs me to play, really.
Yeah. And we're in the middle or on the wings?
I prefer middle. This year I've enjoyed it in there, but I don't mind it. I'll just play wherever he puts me, really.
Now, the ground is a little bit chopped up, and you expect that this time of year. But you were telling me off air there's talk that the ground in the off-season might actually be completely done up.
Yeah, we've heard some whispers that we might get some funding to rip it up and lay some new carpet down.
Whoa, that would be fantastic.
That'd be really nice for us.
Well, what a way that would be to greet 2027 and football in State League 3. And look, at this stage, I mean, last year you had, 4 teams in, or was it last year? There was a few years back, there was a couple of teams in State 4. There was a lot. Now with
Geelong. Geelong. Yeah, we had 4 teams last year. Last year.
That's right. And obviously this year with the restructure, that's changed. But next year there's a very, very good possibility that there'll be 1 or maybe 2 Geelong teams dropping down from State 2, unfortunately. Coria definitely, and Geelong Rangers, who knows. The idea of more Geelong derbies, that must be pretty mouth-watering.
It's exciting, it is, and especially big clubs like Rangers and Coria with a lot of history as well, so it'll be a good battle next year.
Have you been involved in those sort of, any of those big derbies before?
None of those big derbies, just against Lara, Surf Coast a few times. Deacon,
Yeah, so that's something to look forward to. But before we can go to 2027 and look at State League 3 football, I guess this Saturday afternoon is a big one against Point Cook here at 3 p.m. Free entry, of course, and hang around afterwards for the post-match celebrations. Either way, there's going to be a party with the reverse raffle, so it should be pretty good. But, mate, really thank you for joining us on the show. And is there any words you'd like to say to the Geelong football community ahead of Saturday's game?
Come around, support us. It's a big game for us, and get around us.
Yeah, especially all the Bell Park people, the juniors, the people that haven't been here for so many years. This is a great time to come back and support the boys. Mate, wishing you all the best, and hopefully this time next week we'll be celebrating promotion to State 3.
Plans.
Good on you.
Thank you.
All right, folks, well, you heard it here. All roads lead to Bell Park Sports Club this Saturday afternoon. We thank Gabby Mage, who's the captain of the senior men's team, and all the very, very best for Saturday's game against Point Cook. But on a personal level, to Rose Piratina, the president of the Bell Park Sports Club, and to her entire committee, thank you so much for supporting the Geelong Regional Soccer Show podcast over the last few years, not just this year, but over the last few years. And they've certainly been one of the few clubs that have sponsored us and supported us this year, and certainly the club that has sponsored two episodes this year. So we thank everyone at Bell Park Sports Club, and wish you all the best for the big match on Saturday afternoon. We'll take a break and be back after these short messages from our sponsors.
United League Security is your sports security specialists, keeping your employees, guests and assets safe at all times. At United League Security, we can assist with all security needs, but we specialise in event and sports security. We provide licensed security services throughout Victoria with an established presence in Melbourne, Ballarat, Bendigo and of course Geelong. We support a wide range of clients including logistics providers, event organisers, hospitality venues and commercial property managers who require consistent site-aware protection. Our team of experienced security professionals is dedicated to ensuring the safety and security of your event, so you can focus on providing a great experience for your attendees. For more information about any of our services, contact us on 8624 0599 or visit our website at www.unitedleaguesecurity.com.au.
Well, the demise of Western United has hit the local community in a direct way, because with the demise of Western United, there has been a loss of an elite environment, an elite program, and an elite pathway. Following the demise of Football Victoria's program last year, the academy program for the boys last year, they've still maintained one for the girls. And now with the Western United, it just means basically west of the West Gate, there is absolutely nothing, no professional program for elite players. And what Western United did provide was an intense professional environment and culture, above all, culture that is almost impossible to replicate here in Geelong for various reasons. And with all due respect to the clubs here, there's certain things that at the academies, and I'm speaking from personal experience with my own son being involved up until recently in the Western United program, and quite a few Geelong parents with their kids as well. At Clubland, there is limited resources here in Geelong. The catchment is probably limited, and you find a lot of NPL boys and NPL girls teams having players that probably don't deserve to be there simply because they're just not good enough, but they need them because otherwise you don't have a squad. You also don't have the caliber of coaches, and a lot of the times it's dads getting involved coaching their kids. Now, that's all well and good, but then there's also that problem of impartiality, objectivity, not having self-interests. The list goes on and on and on. And some of those words might hit hard and might offend a few people, but that's just how it is. And at Western United, you had squads of 16 to 18 kids, and every single one of those kids could quite easily be in the starting 11, meaning every training session was full of intensity, was a level that was far higher than anything here in Geelong that can be provided in Geelong. And the demise now has left no real professional environment on our doorstep. But it's also now provided an opportunity for the football community in Geelong to fill that gap, to fill that void. How? We need to create something that doesn't exist. That's easier said than done. And this is where the discussion needs to start from all of our NPL clubs, our NPL junior clubs, i.e. Geelong, North Geelong, Geelong Galaxy, and also the second tier teams, Geelong Rangers, Surf Coast, etc. We need to get Football Victoria and the TIDC program here in Geelong operating for the entire area around here. We need to provide a centre of excellence, and let that be the working name, a Geelong Football Centre of Excellence, that is above the clubs, that is not going to take away from the clubs, that is not going to be another club. Rather, it's going to be a fully professional academy. And one day we are very, very shortly, I do hope we will have a centre, we will have a regional facility, the ideal venue for it. In the meantime, we've got the Leisure Time Centre, we've got other facilities around town. But it's the culture that needs to be replicated, that intense culture, that not turning up to training and almost feeling entitled, whether it's parents, whether it's players, or whether it's coaches with an ego problem, or whether it's players with an ego problem, that has to be left at the door. And only a truly professional Victorian Institute of Sport or Australian Institute of Sport or Geelong Centre of Excellence per se would fix that hole. Football community, something to ponder, something to think about over the coming summer months. Well, folks, that brings us to the end of our 200th episode of the Geelong Region Soccer Show. And judging by the small number of viewers that have lasted until here, that just shows you just how serious the Geelong football community is about something other than purely participation, other than something purely recreational. Geelong, we're doing well as far as recreational football, but as far as elite development, we are really, really lagging behind. On that note, folks, I look forward to having your company next Monday night for our 201st episode, our second last episode of the year. Good night. Bye-bye.